So hi everyone again. Just let me know if you can hear me. And I think we can start. Perfect. Perfect. It seems like everyone can hear me. So in today's agenda, we will be talking how to use geometric shapes in Foyr Neo. We have loads of geometric shapes and not all of you are aware that we have something like geometric shapes and that you can use them in many different ways in your designs. So we will cover that today. So we will start like building with basics, so how to create layouts using geometric shapes, then how to resize them, rotate them, how to align them, and how you can add interesting touch or like maybe something different to your design, or maybe something that you wanted to use before and you thought that you need to create that, but actually you can find that in geometrics and just use geometrics, resize them, change the textures, and you're ready to go. We have some rules. So like we're really trying to stay on topic. So if you can ask questions related to the topic, if we have some time and like you have any other questions, then of course, but like we always try to stay on topic, be respectful, ask clearly. If I won't understand it, I will tell you to rephrase it. We just like, start from there. And please stay muted unless you're asking questions. And we always ask of active participation. So yeah, so I think we can start. So I will just open one of the projects and I will just share another screen. So first of all, where to find geometrics? So geometrics are in catalog under building elements. Now we go to shapes, and from here we have geometrics. First, I do recommend that you have like a scroll and just see what's in there. So because there's loads of different shapes. Some of them, as you can see, there will be like a panels that you can attach to a wall and then just create something out of it. And some shapes, they will be floor docked and will be solid. Some of them will be hollow and some of them will be ceiling docked, or some of them will be floor docked. If you want to use a ceiling docked shape, but you want to use it on, for example, a wall or on the floor, that's no worries. You can attach it to a ceiling first. I will show you in a second, and then just use free movement and bring it down. So first we will have just a scroll to see what's in there. As you can see, there's many different shapes. Like you can create wall murals with them. You can create pieces of furniture with them. You can create different wall designs or shelving units for office, for kids' rooms. So there's really like imagination is the limit. So we'll just go further off. We also have in geometrics, you will also find niches. So if we go all the way down, also like platforms like this, so you can use them to create a platform in the design, or even stairs, like a platform style stairs. There are like ceiling designs here as well. We also have shapes here that you can use on your ceiling and create sloped ceilings that I've showed you before. I know that you will be like, you know about which triangle I'm talking about now. Yeah, this one here. So with this one, you just attach it to a ceiling and you can create like a sloped or angled or A shape ceiling. The same with these ones, like these shapes, you can just attach them to a wall and just play with them. So just let me go into the very bottom. I'll just show you the niches, and then I will just show you a few examples. So these, for example, are the niches. So I'll just switch to 3D mode. And now with the niche, if you want to use the niche, let's say that we have this one, you will just put it on a wall. It will go into the wall straight away. So you don't need to click any punch tool. It will just punch the wall automatically. Now you can resize it. You can change the texture of it. and you can use it as a shelf in a room, in a bathroom, and you're ready to go. I know that sometimes when you need niches in your bathroom, like for under the shower or by the bath, that many of you is creating them, but there's nothing easier than just to use the niche, resize it, change the texture to tiles, and you're sorted, you're ready to go. Now, I have a few examples here how you can use the geometric shapes. So, for example, this shelf here, that's created from one of the shapes. I'll just ungroup it. So this one, for example, that's the solid semi-cylinder wall duct. So basically, you will take one, you can resize it, and now you can simply clone it and paste it one next to the other. Now, when it goes to aligning them, we can have a object snapping on, or if it's keep on keep on snapping, then we can turn it off. But with the object snapping, as you can see, it will show you where they're like sticking, so you know that you don't have any gaps, and sometimes that just works better. Now, to align them, you can just click on one, check what is the distance from the floor. Let's say that we do one, and now you can go to the other one and again type the same distance from the floor, and now you're making sure that they are aligned and they are both on the same level. Now, if you want to create like a shelf like that, we can, let's say, that add another one, and now we can simply group them. So to group items, we click on the one item. If you're using Mac, you click on Command and keep it pressed on. If any other brand, you keep on Control. Now in the top center, you have group products, so we just group them. And now we can clone that group and paste it next to each other. And you can do that so you can add to the groups. So for example, if you need like a scalloped edge around the bed or around any other piece of furniture or around the window in a kid's room, then you're free to do that. Now, if we will group all of them together, now we can work with resizing. So for example, if we want to change the depth, then we can work with it together and, for example, use it as a scalloped feature around like a piece of furniture. Now we have some different examples here. So this is, for example, the platform that I told you about. So that's in geometrics as well. You can use it as a single one, but you can also stack it. Then you can change the texture and you can create like a nice contemporary style stairs out of it. Next, we have this shape here. So if we go to edit, if you using an item and you don't know which item that was, you can simply click on a product, go to edit, and now click on information, and you will see what product that is. If you want to find it again in the catalog because you didn't shortlist it, then you can click here. It will copy the link to that product, and you can simply paste it in the catalog. And now that will find this this product. So this one, for example, is solid hemisphere wall duct. So what I did, I first applied it onto the wall. Now I resize it. And now by using free movement, I moved it out of the wall, and with the rotate tool, keep it straight, and now down to the ground. Like you can use that, for example, as a side table, as a coffee table, just change the texture. This coffee table here, I've used these shapes to create a coffee table. So that's, if we go to information, that's a white solid sphere. So I just used 3 of them. I applied a marble texture. And this here, you might not guess, it's a mirror. It's a boomerang mirror that are resized. I put on top of the spheres and just change the texture of mirror to glass and applied the same texture as on the legs to the rim of the mirror. Then you also can find tiles like this one, like a scalloped tiles in our geometrics. So there's really loads of shapes there. And with these ones, like this is one part, but you can join them together, as you can see, so you can nicely align them. And with these ones, you can change the textures of them. So let's say what we go for. You can change both the pink part and you can change the gold part, and also you can change the grout part. So you can apply any colors that you want and you can play with them, just align them. Then you can again add a few groups, group them again, and then put them next to each other. Also in geometrics, we have cylinder shapes, floor ducts, so you can create columns out of it. Now with these ones, you can create different style of murals and just give them like different colors, and they will work great as well in for example, in a kid's room. All these here cuboid shapes, then you can use them, for example, on walls, on floors, again, to create maybe ceiling designs or to create any steps, also to create maybe like a TV wall designs with like lights behind it, so you can use 2 of them together. Like with this one, we, for example, have rectangle ceiling duct. So here you already have one shape. Now you can resize it. You can apply different shapes on top of that. We can apply lights on the edge, for example, and you're able to create some kind of ceiling design with it. This is the one that I showed you before. So the cylinder, so you can create like a column with it. There are also shapes that you can resize, for example, and use, let's say, on the wall. So let's say that we have this ceiling duct pyramid. We will move it away. We go to free movement. When you click on an item, then you will see that there are only 2 arrows. So if you want to move it 3 ways, then just click on the free movement, and then you can move it 3 ways, and you can also rotate it 3 ways. So let's say that we do something like that. Now we'll paste it on the wall instead of on the ceiling. Okay. And now we can simply resize it and like make some kind of a design on the wall as well. You can make it flatter. And then you can align one next to each other and like create like a nice shape out of it. I think you already have an idea of how the geometric shapes work. So I might see if we have any questions, or you can start asking questions if you want to, let's say, maybe learn something more in detail. In the meantime, I can show you like example, for example, like this is just let me share the screen. So this is, for example, the niche used in a bathroom. And this, for example, is TV wall design created with geometric shapes, arches. So it's basically, it's one on the wall, then there is like a light texture put on it, and then there's another one on top of the first one. So you can layer them and you can create like a different designs. Do you have any other hacks like the coffee table? Um, uh, like for example, the scallops design or the shelf. Like I sometimes use items they are not purposed to, for example, be in a coffee table, and I will just turn them to a coffee table. So like I can't think of anything like that now, but it's just like, let your imagination work, because it's like, it's all that you need. So, sometimes when I will be designing a space and I just can't find something, or I don't think if I can, create it with a create new product tool, then I'll try to look for different items and just change the purpose of them. So yeah, even with these ones here, I had a different example that I did a wall design lately. Just let me search for it. Maybe this one. Yeah, so I use this one on the wall instead of on the ceiling. I resized it, and I added different textures. Like I think I used like a 3 or 4 different colors, like a very muted colors, like a powder blue, and I think powder pink. And I created like a wall in a kid's room that looked like, like maybe if you would have like a circus theme, that really worked nice. So basically, I just resized it. I put a few of them next to each other. Then I kept on grouping them. So I created like a full wall, and then I was just applying textures. To apply different textures, you just need to remember that when you clone in items, click on detach clone. So then you're able to apply different textures on each. So that might be like another idea for using geometric shapes. With I showed an example before with semi-cylinder that was used to create rounded wall. So we can also do that. Then we have something like that. I think that goes to the ceiling. Can bring that down. And now we can create something out of it as well. Just align them, resize them, and you're able to do something with it as well. What else have we got here? I really like these shapes here. You can create like a nice shelves on the walls, like a different, you can use like a different shapes and create like a nice walls, nice shelves on the walls. Then we have something like this one here, ceiling duct hexagonal shape. You can create something on your ceiling with it. And we also have like L-shaped ceiling ducts. This one is with lights. You can apply different color lights and create like a nice designs in the corner of the rooms. Also have something like that, like triangle motif ceiling duct design. Again, you can either use that on the ceiling or you can use that on the wall and create something nice with it, or even maybe like shower wall in the bathroom. Just put a few of them together and create like a nice design out of it. Yeah, so this is this one, for example. We have one that is ceiling duct, and then we have one that is floor duct. So let me bring this one down. So this one can be used in, for example, to create a rounded wall. So you will just place it in the corner. And now we will simply resize it. And you can create like a rounded edges with these shapes. Put it slightly into the wall. Now we'll bring it all the way up and resize it from the top. And you have like a rounded edge. When you will apply a texture that you won't see any edging. So it will be just like a rounded corner if you need to create something like that. Do we have some questions about the geometric shapes? Or maybe you have some ideas that you want to share with other participants that you maybe use geometric shapes in some other ways? We also have something like that you can attach to the ceiling, resize it, change the color, and that can be like a nice feature if you're, let's say, designing maybe like a restaurant or a club. Is there any easier way to connect objects to create tiles? You have to align them. So let's say that we have like this piece here, then you can put the other one next to it. And as I showed before, you can go to edit and you can just type in the distance from the floor. So you're making sure that they are aligned. If you're putting, let's say that you have like a one tile and you put it one under the other. So like, for example, yeah, even this one here, let's say that we take one, and now we want to put another one under it. Then if you will go to edit, then they will have the same position. So the X and Z should be the same. If not, then you can put just the same numbers and you're making sure that they are aligned top to bottom. Now the difference just will be the distance from the floor, so that will change. But if you want to align them left to right, then you can use the X and Z. That also works if, for example, you're creating a kitchen and you're applying hardware, then you can use the X and Z to align your hardware. So for example, if you will have one unit and 5 drawers and you will put like a 5 handles, then if you want them to be aligned, then they need to have the same position on X and on Z, and then only you will change the distance from the floor. Perfect. That's great. If you can't see, sometimes if you will click on an item and you can't see the X and Z, then again, click on free movement, because without the free movement, only Y is visible. So your distance from the floor. When you click on free movement, then you have all three visible and you can play with them and change them. The same with the punch tool. If you can see, if you have an item that needs to be punched through a wall and or through another product and you can't see the punch tool available, then click on the product, click on the free movement, and then click on the punch tool. Any other questions? I think this one is the easy one, but I'm actually wondering if have you been all aware of geometric shapes? Have you been using them in your projects? Yes, that's great. We need to make our life easier by replacing some objects and like using geometric shapes. Oh, great, Catherine. You never use them. So yeah, I'm glad this is helpful. So have a scroll, see what's in there, and you can always change the purpose of the geometric shapes and just use them in your project in whichever way suits you. So with the ceiling duct triangle that I mentioned before, that's the one that we usually use for creating sloped ceilings. So again, you will only rotate it and then you will just paste it on the wall. And now simply resize it. And we have a sloped ceiling. That's the easiest way and the fastest way to create a sloped ceiling. You can also use a create new product, but if you don't need any openings, just a sloped ceiling, then that's the easiest way to do it. Great, Tanisha. I'm really happy that you might start using them. You're welcome. That's great, Carmen. They're very versatile, so like you can really use them in, many different ways. And when I first started to using Foyr, like I didn't even know that they existed. So like, sometimes even like the scalloped edge, that will take you so much time to even create it with the create new product tool. So, and here you can simply group them and then clone them, just apply different texture and you're ready to go. And that's such a fun detail. For example, for a girl's room. That's great, Bryony. Oh, Cindy. Cindy used them for a fireplace wall. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, they're very, very versatile. So if you have any ideas, you can share them with other participants. If you have any topics you would like us to do on any of the next office hours, you can share them as well, because we always go through them then. And we like, we try to choose topics that will interest you. Oh, yes, Rosa, for the HVAC stacks in floor plans. Yeah, that's a very good idea to use them as well. Bulkheads in ceilings and columns. Yes. Creating a tile backsplash or floor in a bathroom kitchen and creating tiles around objects, please. Yeah, that's a very good topic. I will be actually recording video about it as well, but that's a very good one. And yeah, we'll pass it on. And that might be something that we might do office hours about, because this one is actually very interesting and it's so easy to do. But yeah, yeah, we could do one about it. You're welcome, Jan. Jean, sorry. How to change color of ceilings? Oh, the same way as you're changing colors of the wall. So you simply go to texture, you type in any color that you want to use, and just simply apply it on the ceiling. If you want to use the same color that you have on the wall on your ceiling, then you can simply drag and drop it. Let's say that we have this color here. Oh, let's say a different one. And you can use the copy texture tool also. So you just click on texture material, click on the texture that you want to copy, and then you can paste it into the ceiling. The same with any other texture. If you want to apply a texture on your ceiling, that works the same as applying texture on the floors, on the walls. So you will just apply a texture and then you will simply edit it. So let's say we even have something like that. Now we can work with the number of tiles to edit it. And we have design on the ceiling. If you apply in a texture and you see that it's blurry in 3D, don't worry, because it will all clear up whatever you do the render. So even when you're uploading your own textures and you will apply it and it just, looks like it doesn't look the way it should be, it is like blurry and then it will all clear up in while doing the rendering. So you don't need to be worried about that. Any other questions or suggestions? If there's no more questions, then I think we can just wrap it for this week. And we will just let you be and go back to your work. Is that okay with everyone? Yeah, Catherine, yeah. And sometimes, like, it will just like when I'm talking about something like, that might just bring some other tricks or hacks. But it's good that like, that you're learning a new ones every time that we have these office hours because they're for you. So that's nice. Okay, so thank you guys. Thanks so much. Thank you. Thank you so much. It was an easy one, but like, sometimes we have very complicated ones. Sometimes we can have more easy one. So take care, everyone, and we'll see you next week.